Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So yesterday I saw a video of Dr. Umar's daughter, Dr. Umar Johnson's daughter, who came online to share a story about her experience with her father, right? Let's just say that. But before that, I saw another lady who also was talking about a time that she met with Dr. Umar. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get into his daughter's story first, then we're going to get into that lady's story. Then we're going to get into what people had to say about the whole situation. Okay? So leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section and let's get into it.
Hey TikTok, so I just wanted to come on here with a small short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts. Okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how Black kings need to be with Black women, but you're not even in your Black woman's daughter's life.
I've known Dr. Umar for 3 years. I met him when I was 24 years old. And this is a recent picture. We just met in June of last year. And we did discuss his children along with a few other things. We met up at Brandywine Diner on Concord Pike last year, and because he wanted to take me out to lunch, and I kind of wanted to talk about just have a conversation with him regarding Black content creators on TikTok and social media. So while we're talking, we talk about religion, we talk about racism in America, we talk about secret societies, because that was really my peak of interest. So we first started off by talking about why he was in Wilmington again. He's always going to his school in Wilmington, Delaware, because number one, he's being audited by the IRS a lot. When I first met him in 2022, he literally told me he was there because his accountant was caught stealing funds from the school. They were receiving donations for the school, and he was saying that his accountant was stealing money. So he had to fire that accountant, and the IRS was asking for proof, like where the money went. So he started commuting from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware frequently, just so he could be at the school in case anybody shows up and asks why the school's not done or where the kids are at or what's going on. So when I met up with him last year, he was just coming back from the school when we had lunch. I guess the IRS is still asking him about the school because it's not done. Like, he's receiving money donations, but there's no progress with the school. If you were to go up right now to the school, like, there's wooded boards on the doors, on the windows, there's weeds, graffiti on some of the buildings. Like, it's not in proper condition. There's no AC, there's no heating, there's nothing. Like, the school's not ready. When we were talking at the table, I started asking him a lot of private questions, like, were you married? Do you have any kids? He was telling me, yes, I have 2 daughters. One of them is a teenager and the other one is maybe 7 years old at the time. So the child is probably 9 years old. So he was saying to me that the mother of those girls, or the mother of, I don't know if it's 2 separate women or just one woman, the woman or the women are taking him to court for child support because he's not an active dad. He's not in their life. And he told me that as well. He doesn't visit them as much as he should. However, he visits his mom a lot, and she's in Philly. So I just was confused. I was like, how are you talking about being a pillar and how Black men are so needed in families today, but you're not even an active dad? He was not an active father. He said it. He confirmed it. I can back this young lady up. He did say that he was not going to be there. And on top of that, he was saying that he would like to, in the future, every 2 weeks out of the month, go to Ghana. He practices Ifa, which is African spirituality. And we were talking about that for a while because I'm kind of versed in it as well. And so when we were talking, I I was asking him, I was like, so you never got married? He said, oh no, I never got married to any of those women. But he dated a lot. And I could tell that he was a playboy because he was very, very flirtatious. Very. And also I noticed too, his personality is much different in person than it is online. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a woman or something like that, but he's not as animated. He seems more hyped up when he's like on a podcast or online, really engaging. He was not as engaging in person. And I felt like that was interesting. I was having to ask him questions. He didn't really ask me questions. It's almost like we had lunch just for me to ask him questions. And I didn't really like that because it was supposed to be a back and forth discussion. And so we were talking about a variety of topics. He is extremely flirtatious. And that was the last time I met up with him, and probably the last time, because it was very aggressive, because I'm in a relationship. And when I had met up with him last year, I told my partner, like, I'm going to go have lunch with Dr. Umar. He was like, what? So he was like, yeah, go have lunch and come back and let me know how it goes. But y'all, before I go back to seeing my boyfriend, on my life, when we left, I gave him a hug. He was like, He said, the women got to have booty. And I was like, what? He said, you got to have booty. If I'm talking to you, you got to have booty. Can you cook? I was like, yeah, I can cook. He was like, good. So you can cook and you got booty. And he was backing up from me. He said, He said, business before back shots. Business before back shots. I wish I was kidding. And mind you, I'm in a relationship. So I was like, what do you mean business before back shots? And like, what? So he's laughing to himself, and he goes back to his car because he was going to go back to Philly to go take care of his mom. And I was like, I can't see this fool again, because what do you mean business before back shots? No back shots are being given. What? Because business before back shots, whose back are you shooting? Because it's not mine. So extremely flirtatious. Very much so. I remember asking him too, like, are you and Sukihana like a thing? Because I know she's from Delaware too. I was like, do y'all, are y'all? I was asking him too. I was like, are you and Suki like a thing? Like you? Because I know she from Delaware too. I'm like, are y'all like? And he was like, no, we're friends. That's my girl. She got her own restaurant in downtown Wilmington somewhere. Sure. When you say to me, business before back shots, and you and Suki are just friends, highly doubt it, because you got a big booty too. Anyway, I say all this to say, this young lady is telling the truth. He is a deadbeat father, extreme hypocrite, and huge flirt. This is not the black man you think he is. He's loyal. He got a wife at home. He take care of his kids. He's not that type of black man. He is, he spreads his seed. He told me he only got 2 kids. I feel like it's more. He's not visiting his children. He's not paying child support. And these things came out of his own mouth. Okay? So I believe this young lady.
Back shots. Business before back shots. Really? That means that he meets a lot of women, right? That's why he's comfortable enough to say that. I'm going to talk more at the end, but you've not been in the life of your daughter. You've not been an active parent. You've been absent all her life, and she reaches out to you and says, I want to meet my other siblings. And you deny her that? Like, if I were him, this thing would not get onto the internet. Quick! You're trying to set up a meeting between all these children that you have so they can meet one another as a decent human being would do. But no. Anyway, let's get into what people had to say. And I'm going to come back and talk some more.
Dr. Umar's daughter came on this internet and called him out for being a deadbeat, and all he could do was throw out his credentials. I am the most educated, the most requested, the most just throwing out nothing but his credentials, right? Like that got anything to do with being a deadbeat. How educated you are or how popular you are has nothing to do with if you're a deadbeat or not. Anybody else catch that, or was that just me? I just feel like Dr. Umar just pulled a Philly ninja move. I said it. Typical Philly ninja move. Be a deadbeat, get called out on being a deadbeat, but then want to say me and your mother could talk privately or publicly and we could talk. It was your mother's fault. I got all the paperwork. But if you are the most educated man the most popular, the most requested man. And with all the education, you didn't know how to navigate getting rights overseeing your daughter? I want somebody to answer that. Like, the pause is for a reason. Like, you did not know how to navigate getting rights overseeing your daughter. No, you was just a deadbeat and didn't want the rights overseeing your daughter.
12 o'clock tonight to cancel Umar Johnson. My homeboy called me, goddamn blowing my phone up. You seen that shit online about Umar Johnson? I said, what are you talking about? Oh my God, Kiana, his daughter then came out. Oh, this is something we always knew. This is something we always knew. We tried to tell you, but y'all said that we were hating. Oh yes, y'all said that we were hating on Umar Johnson. I specifically came online and told you guys that how are y'all believing a man that don't never talk about his children at all? Okay, he's not good with financial literacy at all. His mother is in Section 8 allegedly. Go on Leonard Honor page right now on YouTube. He got all the receipts. Don't take my motherfucker for it. I need for you guys to fact check what I'm saying. Those 2 abandoned buildings that Umar Johnson has right now is not up to code, and he owes thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of taxes on those buildings. You guys' donors' money is not going to the school. It's going to Umar Johnson recreational habits. Oh baby, I knew, and I just told my homeboy this shit. I said, yo, why ain't none of his kids came out yet? Cause I know motherfucker take care of his kids, cause he don't never talk about his kids. He don't never talk about his kids. Never. Umar Johnson come on the internet and tell you guys how you need to spend your money, where you need to spend your money, and how you need to live your life. Whole time, every time you see Umar Johnson, he has literally sportswear on, sports attire on, promoting the white man's team. Okay? Every time this man comes online, he's always in a hotel. He's never in a real home. Okay? It's given he don't even have a steady place to stay. Allegedly, his mother is on Section 8. If you don't believe me, fact check it. Go on Leonard Honor page right now on YouTube. Fact check it. Now his daughter has finally came out and saying, Umar Johnson has never did nothing for me. Matter of fact, my stepdaddy actually raised me. Woo! Woo! I knew that Umar Johnson was a piece of shit. I knew that he was a deadbeat dad. I've been telling y'all this for as long as y'all gonna stop thinking I'm motherfucking. And as for you black women that think that you can still support this man after his daughter has physically came out and said, I don't want clout. She said, I don't want none of that. I just want to know where my sister is. She said, I don't have to come on here and bash this man. She said, he is really my father. Umar Johnson's daughter said, he is really my father. I actually had a DNA test. And guess what? Umar Johnson didn't deny it. You know what Umar Johnson did? He took upon per Instagram and went to go blast his girl and said that she wanted clout, that her YouTube, he called the girl a struggle streamer. So pretty much subconsciously, he's admitting that that is his daughter. And instead of you contacting your daughter, you bitch ass, you decided to go on Instagram and try to humiliate her and call her a struggle streamer. Umar Johnson, your fucking days are done. Your fucking days are done. Black community, you have until 12 o'clock tonight to cancel this bitch ass. Period. Y'all got it? Roll with it.
So this young lady said Dr. Umar is a deadbeat dad. This woman said Dr. Umar never took care of her when she was a child. She's a young adult now, and he still hasn't reached out to her. Dr. Umar made a response video and said, you know, he ain't hiding. He's never been the same for 20 years. He do speech and engagements and stuff like that in Philadelphia. So if the girl ever wanted to get in contact with him, he wasn't hiding nowhere. She could have been talked to him. But see, what you gotta understand, people like Dr. Umar, they give good advice, but at the end of the day, the man is still a human. That's why I don't praise nobody on social media when they talking all this philosophical shit, because bitch, you out here doing some fucked up shit when the camera cut off just like everybody else. Okay, but what I don't like if that is his child, is how black men talk to their daughters. Like, I feel like they have an ego, like they act like it's a bitch off the street type shit. If your child, if your daughter comes to you, or your child in general comes to you with concerns or with an attitude, you don't meet your child with an attitude. You see what's going on with your child. You ask your child, look, at something, what can I do to make you feel better? You don't catch an attitude. And that's my biggest pet peeve with black fathers, was some black men, not all, because there are some black men that communicate with their kids very well, but a lot of black men, especially the ones that did not raise their children from birth, when your child giving you the cold shoulder, you like, well, then I ain't worrying about you, and whatever, I ain't about to run behind you. What? As a parent, you're not gonna run behind your child. I'm sorry, bitch. If my children give me the cold shoulder, I'm gonna give them some time to breathe, but I'm gonna come back to them and ask them what's up, what's going on, and I'm gonna let them know I'm always here for you whenever you're ready to talk. I'm not gonna just throw you to the wolves and say, well, fuck it, I ain't about to run behind you. That's a real big problem in the African American community, and yes, it could be in other communities, but I'm African American. I don't know what the other communities are doing. Okay, so if you come in my comments saying that happened in all races, then that's your opinion. I've never seen it in all races because I don't be around all races like that. I just see it in my community, okay? So, yeah, I can't wait to see the video or whatever interview come out down the line with Dr. Umar and this child, this alleged child, and the mom, because I want to see what's tea. Because, bitch, if that is your child and you call yourself responding the way you did on social media, like, that's weird.
Yeah, Dr. Umar, you need to do better. You need to bring your children together. You can't come and sit online and be talking about how, black men this and black men that, and you're not leading by example. You should start leading by example. Oh. You've already created the broken homes. You did it. Nobody was forcing you to do it. You're asking women for back shots, business before back shot. I don't know if it was a joke, but you shouldn't be doing that. It's wrong. Because people see you online, they have this perception about you. And then they meet you in person and you're a different person, and it's like, you really? Nah. But when it comes to your children, you've created a broken homes, you need to mend it one way or the other. And then when she reaches out to you, you are like, well, she's a cloud chaser. Your own daughter, a cloud chaser. A struggling streamer. Really? Nah, this is wrong. This is so wrong. Dr. Umar, you need to do better. As I was saying before, Dr. Umar seems to be one of those guys that whenever women meet him, because they have this whole idea about him, they think he's this responsible guy, and most of these women will blindly sleep with him and they will not even talk about it. Like them pastors that go around sleeping with so many women and nobody knows about it. It's all hush because they are seeing him as a man of God. That's the vibe that he gives, right? He can easily be, like the other lady said, he could have multiple children and nobody will know about it. He's just one of those guys, which says a lot about him, right? Because if he's able and it's easy for him to say that to a woman that you just met, I don't know what the relationship is like, and you can't keep it there like, oh, we're just friends, and you had to go to the back shots. Nah, it says a lot about you. But me, if you are a man and you have had children with different women, your one job, especially when you are not in their lives, especially when you don't provide for her, your one job is to make them know one another, unless they don't want to know them. But if they are reaching out to you, you have to create that bridge, right? So they can know one another. They can foster that relationship with their siblings. That's all I'm going to say. As for pedestalizing people online, if you do that, that's your own palaver also. And the rest of you who keep donating, I don't know much about that. So you take everything you've heard into consideration, but with a grain of salt. I'm going to leave everything here. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you again with another video. Leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.